This is everything, and I mean everything, that you need to know about the number 10 position. And if you're not a number 10, send this video to a number 10. When the ball is, for example, with your centre back here on the right hand side, your job is to roam as high as possible in line with the ball. Why? Because when your number 6 peels off here and your fullback, your right back, comes slightly higher and your winger stays very high, your job is to create that diamond right here. So that's your centre back, your number 6, your right back. Now, your other centre midfielder could push on as well, or your other centre midfielder drops in like that. So you're really overloading the side of the ball with the intention of isolating the opposite winger in a 1v1. So the centre back could give the ball here, then it goes there, then it goes there, and then in that time you've operated here. You're not dropping to the ball, you're not sprinting to the ball, you're just roaming in this area right here, waiting for the ball to come to you. Because as that number 10, when you're running to the ball around this area just to get on the ball, then who's operating here? You've just left your space. You're that type of player to get the ball in those tight pockets on the back foot and just make things happen. David Silva, Isco, Mesut Ozil, Kevin De Bruyne, Lionel Messi. So you're prioritizing operating in this area here, and then as the ball gets fired into you on your back foot, your job is to realize that, wait, if I've overloaded the side of the ball, the pass is out here. So can you get it on your back foot? That depends on your body position. So if your hips are facing the goal, then you get it on your left foot to play out wide. Now, sometimes you might be operating back to goal, so then you get it on your right foot. That's still your back foot. So your back foot depends on your body orientation. So at times it happens. Your back will be to goal, the ball gets fired into you. Can you get it on your right foot, one touch out, and then pass out wide to your winger who can go 1v1? And then your job's not done. Can you hit the box as that late runner, as your striker is hitting the box, as your winger is hitting the box as well? Can you be that late runner to potentially get a cutback like that, just like Jordi Alba, Lionel Messi, and then you score, and then you celebrate in the corner flag like that? Now that's one variation, overloading the side of the ball. Sometimes you can stand still. We've seen Lionel Messi do it, standing still wherever you are. So that could mean you stand on the far side as that outlet in possession. So your centre-back could give the ball here, then gets it back. Then your number 6 gets the ball. Then it goes to your number 8. Then it comes back to your centre-back. Then it goes to your number 6. And then obviously the opposition would have been drawn to the ball. So you're the outlet operating in the far side pocket, just here. Not too wide, not too narrow, just in what we call the half space, which is here. So this is the half space right here. Can you operate on the far side in that little pocket right there? So if I were to draw a little square, this is your zone of operation right here. So as your team are keeping the ball 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 passes, you're the outlet. Can you get the ball on your back foot, which in this case would be your left foot, because the goal is obviously that way, and then can you drive and make things happen? Maybe you slide the pass into your winger like that, or you drive inside and then you take a shot on goal, or you switch the play to your opposite winger. This is where you just make things happen. You express yourself. You play with that freedom, with that creativity, because you've done the hard work by standing still, by maintaining your position on the far side, trusting your teammates to play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 passes. You get the ball on your back foot, and then it's down to you to be very aggressive and direct. And as a number 10, there'll be moments in games where you don't have to pass the ball. What on earth do I mean? In moments of transition where, let's say, your centre-back has won the ball back from the opposition and plays it to you, and now you're running, creating a counter-attack. In this counter-attacking scenario, as you're sprinting, what are the defenders doing? They are retreating, because if they step to you, you just slide the ball into your striker like that. As we've seen, any high level of professional football, the centre-backs retreat. They retreat while your striker is making the run, while your opposite winger is making the run. And it's down to you to continue to carry and run with the ball until they step, and then you play the pass. Because right now, if you play the ball here, the centre-back's already there. The centre-back is retreating. So your job is to say, okay, centre-backs, back full, thank you. You're retreating. I am going to continue my run into that space. Until you commit, then I either shoot, I play a through ball, I dribble again, then I shoot, then I make things happen. So you don't always have to pass the ball, especially in those counter-attacking scenarios where in moments of transition, your team has just won the ball back, you're the outlet, you get the ball, you see the opposition back line retreating, don't have to pass the ball, continue to run with the ball. You're that number 10. You should be able to drive and be very direct and very attacking with the ball at your feet. And there'll be moments in games where you are creating that counter-attacking scenario, the opposition CDM is sprinting towards you. Now, what should you do here? You have your winger making that run, but so is the right back. So in terms of the back line and your attack, it's matched up. It's actually a 4v3 to the blue team. What you should do here, which is something very creative and innovative, is to pirouette in the opposite direction. So while you're sprinting with the ball here like that, this number 6 is coming towards you. So this number 6's body position, orientation and momentum is going in this direction here. So all you need to do is pirouette round this way. That sends this number 6 here. Now you've bought yourself more time to either switch the ball, to reset the play, or to switch it here, or to drive even more. Then play that through ball here. It's just a way to reset by doing that pirouette against the opposition's momentum. So once again, you're driving into space. You can see this player is pressing you. So instead of continuing to dribble this way or trying to pass the ball here, because when you pass the ball here, this number 6 can continue their press, and then the right back's there as well, putting your number 11 under pressure. So think outside the box. Can you continue to run with the ball? And then just as this number 6 is getting close to you, you spin this way like that, using your inside right foot. So because you're attacking this way and you are in the left channel, you're using your right foot to pirouette around the ball. Your instep of your right foot like that, which puts your body in between the opponent and the ball. You're protecting the ball, you're shielding the ball, you're pirouetting, whilst this number 6 has to change momentum again because their momentum at full speed has sent them this direction. You've bought yourself some time. Now it's up to you whether you play the number 6 here, you switch, and then from there it's down to your decision making in that given moment. And this doesn't just apply to number 10s, this applies to centre midfielders, this applies to anyone in this particular area here where they're sprinting, they can see the opposition sprinting. Can you pirouette? Can you slow the game down? Very, very important. Iniesta, Xavi, Busquets, Messi, they did this all game long with their eyes closed. Another very important movement that you can do, which should get you in behind in a 1v1 situation as that number 10, is to peel away from the ball, dragging this number 6 away. Then your striker drops in, which means that you need to have a good relationship with your striker. Pre-game communication is important as well. Tell your striker, if I'm going to make this run, you drop in. As your striker drops in, which means that one of the centre-backs would have to step, the ball could get clipped over the top into the striker's chest with one of the two centre midfielders making a run like that. As your striker controls the ball with their chest, pops it off to the number 6, you've made that run into the vacated space like that to receive the ball over the top, and then you're through on goal, then you score, and then you celebrate as well. Very interesting movement. Interchanging with your number 9, dropping away from the space, then running in behind. So important. So it requires that proactivity, thinking ahead. If my centre-backs are passing the ball and there's nothing on, can I force something? Can I actually make things happen? That means I come here, dragging someone out. Number 9 drops in. Bang, bang. Something would have happened. There's the acres of space, and then I get the ball like that, and then I'm in on goal. As a number 10, there'll be moments in games where you're just not getting on the ball. So what's stopping you from just standing on the wing? Stand there, create a 2v1 on the opposition right back, and just see what happens. See how they respond. Because if this number 6 tracks you all the way there, just look at that amount of space the number 6 would have left. Usually number 6s would be like, actually, let the number 10 roam. I need to maintain my position. I need to maintain my positional discipline. So then you could literally be the outlet where it goes into your number 8, into you like that. Then you have created a 2v1 on the opposition fullback. And then from here, you can drop the shoulder towards your winger, drive inside, creating problems, or you take a touch inside and then you do a little reverse ball into that space like that for your winger. Or you do a little reverse ball into your winger's footsteps, and then you do an underlapping run or an overlapping run. You really make things happen. You force things to happen. You force attacking opportunities. So you've taken a touch inside, the fullbacks come to you, the number 6 come to you. You play that reverse ball, not into here because it could be cut off, into the winger's feet, and then you make that underlapping run like that, or overlapping run, which creates all sorts of problems. Because now, if you make that underlapping run, if this number 6 tracks you all the way there, all the number 11 has to do is drop the shoulder and then come inside like that into the acres of space. If the number 6 doesn't follow you, well, guess who gets the ball? You get the ball. You make that underlapping run. You get the ball like that, like Kevin De Bruyne does, and then you make a cutback. As you reach the byline like that, they're retreating like this, and then it's down to you to either do another 1v1, win a foul, win a penalty, cut back, just make things happen. This is a number 10's role. Cause chaos, create problems for the opposition, underlapping runs, overlapping runs, cutbacks, crosses, shots, dribbles, everything. You're meant to be operating in between the lines. So what does that mean? So when the back four are positioned here and the opposition's midfield is like this and they're being very compact, You need to force the question. Stand in places where the opposition doesn't want to go and mark you comfortably, which means here, in these little squares. Look at this little square, number 11, number 8, number 4, number 2. You're standing in the squares, in between the lines. You're roaming. You're not just being easily marked. Easily marked means you just stand here next to the number 6 and that's it. And then after the game you complain and say, oh, I wasn't getting the ball. No, you force it. Stand there. If the number 6 follows you, look at that space that you've opened up for your striker, for your winger to drop in and out. So there'll be moments in games where you're standing in the square, the ball gets fired into you because you're in a pocket, therefore the pass has to be fast. As you have pressure, what's stopping you from flicking it around the corner with one touch? Using your outside right foot in this instance because you're in the left pocket, you flick it out here and then you make that overlap, you make that underlap. Or once you flick it, you stand still. The reason is once you flick it like that and you stand still in this square, this number 6 would inevitably be dragged slightly towards the ball. This winger would be onto the ball with your left back potentially overlapping or underlapping, your winger is occupied with them. So you have that little moment of opportunity to stand still and then you could get the ball back, turn, switch out here or go 1v1 at the number 6, drop the shoulder, come inside and then whip it top corner like Coutinho does. So you standing still as well after a little trick and a flick can cause so many problems. Number 10s, be as creative as possible. Think outside the box and do it. That's all. That's literally the best advice anyone can give you because you're in that position where you're a number 10 for a reason. You need to be making things happen. Maradona said it himself. Back in the day, the number 10 was only given to the best player on the team and they would play in between the lines, in pockets, with the ability to play a little trick and a flick around the corner and then stand still. So as I said, you play that pass, you stand still, you get the ball back. Now you're in tight spaces, your 1v1 ability, ball manipulation. Can you think outside the box? So that could mean in this situation here, can you put your foot on the ball, drag players towards you, and then with your outside right foot, you flick it here, then you come here, then you get the ball, and then you just play. It's little freestyle football. It's 1v1, tight spaces, ball manipulation. So important, very essential to that number 10. Isco, Coutinho, David Silva, Mesut Ozil. I can go on forever. Those types of number 10. Santi Cazorla, what a player he was. They had that ability in them. They had that in their locker. As a number 10, what's stopping you from playing backwards intentionally? What on earth do I mean? So when your centre-back has the ball here, let's say your number 6 has peeled off, you drop in, you play that 1-2 back with your centre-back, inevitably creating some sort of space, some sort of confusion for the opposition. Whether that's this number 6 tracking you all the way here, creating space for your number 6 to peel off here and get the ball like that. And yes, you're not going to influence the next play because now you have to cover potentially, but you dropping in, playing that simple backwards pass has created space for someone else. You're the brains of the team in this area here, in the middle third and the final third. So once again, can you drop in like that, play a backwards pass, creating problems? Then maybe your number 9 can get the ball over the top and then you don't stand still, your job's not done. Maybe you support underneath, you get the ball back and then you just make things happen from there. Whether that's 2 touches out, 1, 2, shoot across goal, finish, top corner, celebrate as well. So proactivity in possession. When your centre-backs, when your number 6s, when your number 8s are just passing the ball around, what are you doing? Are you standing there complaining that you're not getting the ball when actually what's stopping you from just standing out wide? Stand here, literally stand next to your winger, create a 2v1. Like this, you get the ball, now you're in a 2v1 situation. As we demonstrated on that side, on the left-hand side, you can just make things happen. So in summary, as that number 10, you need to think as freely and as outside the box as possible. Because the more you tap into that creative aspect of you as a player, the more you'll be able to make things happen, the more impactful you'll be for your team. Now, when the opponents have the ball, your job is to make sure that this number 6 has the worst game of his life. When the centre-backs are just passing the ball here, there, your job is to aggressively press this number 6 to make sure they cannot turn and dictate the play. And that means working together with your striker. So for example, if you're playing a 4-4-2 out of possession like this, and you and your striker have created that front 2 out of possession, can you guys work together? Which means when this right back passes the ball out to the centre back, are you the one pressing? Then your striker is locking off the pass centrally. So then the centre back can get the ball freely. Then this striker presses, then you're covering. So you're working in tandem on different lines. Very, very important. So centre back, press, cover. Centre back, striker presses, you cover. Ball goes out to the left back. Now you're just dropping very deep, occupying the number 6, making sure they can't get the ball. And then that's your defensive responsibility accomplished. Making sure that anything, once again, in this middle third, in this final third, is you. And you're aggressively pouncing, getting the ball back and creating an attack out of nowhere. So this left back could think that this number 6 will be able to receive the ball under pressure, and as the ball is there, you're aggressively pressing him, and that could mean you don't get the ball, but this number 6 passes the ball back, which triggers another press where the number 9 aggressively presses, the winger aggressively presses, and then you aggressively press. You're really being a menace, a nuisance for the opposition. So yes, what you do on the ball, what you do off the ball in terms of your movement is very important, but defensively, you're as important. Can you create attacks from the middle third? Can you put less pressure on your centre-backs, on your centre midfielders by just pressing the number 6, pressing the centre-backs with your striker, even pressing the full-back? So when the ball goes out to the full-back and your winger is pressing in this way, can you press like that, but in a way so this number 6 cannot get the ball? So yes, you're leaving the number 6, but how can the ball get to this number 6 anyway? Because you're literally in the way. So then once again, you're causing problems. Now, yes, they could do a little third man combination like this, 1, 2, but then it's down to your awareness. If you can see that, wait, they're going to do that while this ball is traveling here, you're already here, ready to cut it off. Or let the ball get there and then you're still aggressively pressing. You're just not letting the opposition number 6 breathe. You're not giving them time on the ball. So that covers everything that you need to know about the number 10 position. And I strongly recommend watching number 10s day in, day out, watching them off the ball, watching them on the ball, thinking outside the box and implementing it into your game. Oh, by the way, drop in which position I should do next. But until next time, as always, peace.